Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode where I throw myself into the fire and discuss interior design trends that I don't like. As always, I just want to remind you that if you like these trends and you have them in your home or you want them in your home, that's totally fine. I'm not here to make anyone feel bad about their design choices. They're just simply not for me. Okay, so Boucle Furniture. We all know what boucle is, right? It's that fabric that's made out of looped yarn that has that nubby texture. It's a fabric that has come in and out of style over the decades, first appearing on iconic furniture and fashion pieces in the 1940s and 50s, namely the boucle womb chair designed by Eero Saarinen in 1948 and the pink boucle jacket designed by Chanel and made famous by Jackie Kennedy. She was actually wearing it the day JFK was assassinated. So not a new fabric, but definitely in and out of style over the decades. It came back a couple of years ago in a big way, appearing on everything in interiors from sofas and armchairs to throw pillows and more. I'm sure there are some quality boucle furniture pieces that are lovely. However, more often than not, I've seen very poorly made furniture with very poor quality boucle that looks more like a raggedy old bath mat than a nice armchair that I'd want to get cozy in. Again, this is another case similar to what I said in a recent video about terrazzo. This is always what happens with trends. A particular thing, whether it be a textile, pattern, color, metal, material, it gets super popular and then you find it everywhere, and let's just say it dilutes the quality. Lime wash paint. This is a relatively new interior trend. It's been on the rise for the past couple of years. I've talked about lime washed walls before in a trends video because, you know, I like to bring trends to your attention. And in those videos, whether I like the trend or not doesn't really matter. But in today's video, I'm here to discuss trends I don't like that everyone else seems to love. So lime wash paint. It's not even that people aren't doing it right, it's just too much, it's too modeled, it's too busy. It reminds me of the 90s, and essentially I think it just looks like you have dirty walls. Funnily, when answering the question on how to clean lime-washed walls, this website says, cleaning lime-washed walls is not recommended, nor is it often required. Lime wash's mottled, shadowy effect shows much less dirt than standard painted surfaces do. And why is that? Because it already looks like it's got dirt on it. This trend is a hard pass for me. Full marble bathrooms. So bathrooms clad entirely in marble. While marble is undeniably beautiful, there are several reasons why I'm not a fan of the full marble bathroom look. First, it's just way too much of the same thing. I think using marble as an accent or even as a focal point can be really beautiful and elegant. Like here, I'll show you what I mean. This marble shower bench combined with white Zalige tiles and the tiny black and white checkerboard tile on the floor, it's beautiful. It still looks luxurious and it's interesting. Or check out this beautiful shower. This is from an account called Number 17 House on Instagram, check them out. The shower is covered entirely in this gorgeous marble, but then when you look at the rest of the bathroom, it's more pared back and quiet. Well, okay, that molding is very elaborate, not very quiet, but the white walls, the white molding, and the light wood tones are all very soft, and it all allows the marble to really be the star. Oh hey, there's that boucle again. When every single surface is marble, it's just too much. Often you'll find that different tones and tile sizes are used to try and keep things interesting, but it's still all just one material. I think good design should include a variety of materials to create interest, texture, and contrast. Also, a room that's just all marble, to me, is always gonna feel cold and sterile, no matter how many nice towels and other textures you bring into the room. And lastly, of course, the expense is obviously a factor. It's not cheap. I do love marble, don't get me wrong. I think it's a beautiful classic material that looks amazing in all sorts of applications. But to have an entire room, walls, tiles, floors, it's more just mausoleum vibes, isn't it? It looks cold and unwelcoming to me, like you would never want to actually spend any time in there. It's just not cozy. Plus, can you imagine the echo? Excessively huge hidden pantries. I've been seeing this kitchen trend that is basically these huge pantries that are actually secret rooms hidden away that you can access by opening what appears to be a kitchen cupboard. You open this secret door and you go through to what looks like a second kitchen. What these spaces are basically hidden pantries combined with a scullery kitchen. Traditionally, sculleries, sometimes called a back kitchen, were a separate room in the house off of the main kitchen, and the scullery was where the cleaning was done. When When you think scullery kitchen, you probably conjure up images of Downton Abbey and servants scrubbing pots and pans. Today, people are reviving the scullery kitchen in a more modern way and often combining them with a pantry. You can make these spaces as elaborate as you want, provided that you can afford it. But usually there'll be a sink and a dishwasher, and a lot of the small appliances would be kept back here as well. Often there'll be open shelving as opposed to cabinets, as shelving is a cheaper option. Plus, open shelving makes it easier and faster to find what you need. So why would you need a hidden pantry / scullery in the first place? Well, if you have kids, it might be nice to have a place where they can make their own snacks and not make a mess in your main kitchen. Or if you entertain a lot, it might be a great place to keep all the serving platters and plates and stuff like that. Or if you use caterers frequently, they can work back there undisturbed. Essentially, it's a place to hide your kitchen mess. Initially, I had a big knee-jerk reaction to this trend. I don't live in a big house, I don't have children, and I never have to feed large groups of people, and I certainly never have caterers over. But then the more I thought about it, the more it actually made sense to me, because of course it's not always about me. If you are one of those people who frequently cooks for large groups of people, or you have a lot of children and you're lucky enough to have enough space to build one of these, they seem like they could be a great addition to a home. On the other hand, it all just seems a bit excessive to me. So let's have two kitchens where there's the one that the people see that always stays nice and pristine, and then we'll have this hidden away kitchen where we actually do things and hide all the mess. Is it really that important to hide away all evidence that cooking takes place in our homes? I don't know, I honestly can't decide on this one. I would love to know what you think. Thick grout lines. I've been seeing this trend rear its head now and then, and every time I see it, I'm like, is this good though? It's basically subway tiles laid next to each other vertically with no grout in between, and then very thick grout between each line of tiles. That's not explaining it very well, but you can see a picture of what I mean. There's other designs as well, but that's the most popular. I think it's really cool when designers try new things and experiment with new ways of using traditional materials, but in this case, I'm just not convinced. I just don't love the look. Remember, my personal opinion, but yeah, it's probably because it reminds me too much of a brick wall, and interior exposed brick walls are another thing I'm not a huge fan of. Also, who wants to worry about that thick grout getting dirty and then having to clean it? We'll see. I don't think this grout trend will become mainstream, mainly because it's extremely labor intensive to do it, and honestly, I don't think the result is even all that worth the effort. TV in the bedroom. So having the TV in the bedroom is a major taboo in the design world, but even in general, tech in the bedroom is known to not be a very good thing. It's a distraction, it stimulates your brain, and it can delay you from falling asleep. These things are all true, however, they're not true for me. Again, this is just for me personally. I love having a TV in the bedroom, and it doesn't affect our sleep in the slightest. We actually use Netflix in bed with the intent of falling asleep to it. We have the TV on a timer and it just shuts off on its own after 30 minutes, and by then we're fast asleep. For us, it works like a charm. Not to mention, if you're having a sick day, it's nice to be able to watch something while you're resting. If there was any kind of tech that I'd ban from the bedroom, it would be the phone, not the TV. But of course, we're all different, and what works for me might not work for you. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you stick around and watch another one. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye!